You're listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 15 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You're listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 14 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 13 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 12 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 11 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 10 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 9 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 8 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 7 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. Listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 6 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 5 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 4 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 3 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 2 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Broadcast begins in less than 2 minutes. This is the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program. A Livonia Churchill Chargers tradition continues. This is your home for Livonia Churchill Chargers football. You are listening to the official broadcast of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. The broadcast begins now. Cloudy skies, the warmest weather we've seen all week, and it couldn't have come at a better time as it's around 75 degrees as the sun will set in less than 45 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome to Claude Snary Stadium located in Franklin High School in Livonia, Michigan, where this is the site for Week 7 for us as your 2-4 Livonia Churchill Chargers go on the road to take on the 3-3 Livonia Franklin Patriots. Well, for your Chargers, it's very simple. Win your last 3 games of the season, and you'll find yourself playing in Week 10, or in other words, the first round of the playoffs. So for Churchill, you may as well call each game from here on out a playoff game. For Franklin, they will be looking for the Livonia City title, and in order to do that, they'll have to defeat the Chargers. A lot is on the line for these two Livonia schools, with it being Franklin's homecoming game. Attendance and spirits will be high. Coming up next, Coach Feigl sits down with me to discuss what happened in Week 6, as well as how his team has prepared for this huge inner-city tilt. That and much more comes your way next before the 7 o'clock kickoff. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What?
No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm going to do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time.
What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Okay, everybody, it's time for another game of Who Wants to Volunteer in Your Community? Let's go to Ella in Santa Monica, California.
Hey, wait, I don't want to volunteer.
Well, I have a feeling you'll change your mind when you realize how much fun volunteering really can be.
But-
In fact, Ella, we've asked your entire algebra class here to tell you more.
Wait, you did what?
Take it away, class.
Hey, Ella, we've been noticing you lately in algebra class.
You have?
I'm feeling some love here.
Yeah, and we were thinking that you should start tutoring people because you're all, like, smart and stuff.
I should?
Yeah, you free tonight?
Go for it.
I should.
They love you, Ella. Well, sounds like we have another happy volunteer.
That's me.
To find out ways you can volunteer in your community, log on to teensvolunteer.org and join us next time for another episode of Who Wants to Volunteer in Your Community? Do what you like to do. Volunteer. A public service message brought to you by the USA Freedom Corps, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition of America, and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan. We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
How to find each other.
The whole experience was
the
fine.
most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey.
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911? 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Churchill Chargers Radio Network. We are joined each and every week by Alan Feigl, head coach of your Livonia Churchill Chargers. This pregame coach's interview is brought to you by Preferred Dental. Coach, it was a difficult game for you and the Chargers after an interception earned by your defense as well as an opening touchdown, but that quickly changed after Fordson had multiple touchdown drives and took the game over, winning 52-14. What did you see out there, and what went wrong after the awesome start?
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Yeah, it was kind of fool's gold, wasn't it? No, we got off to a really good start. Interception there by our freshman, Sage Adams, really good player. You know, we marched right down with the short field and scored. That might be the first time in a few weeks where we've done that with some of our offensive consistency issues. But no, overall the game, we just, again, I keep going back to this, and I mean it when I say it. It is truly with all due respect to our competition. There wasn't a lot Fordson did to us that kind of made us go, wow, they were just so much better. Okay, but there was numerous times where they executed and we didn't. On defense, we gave up some vertical balls, and it was just a poor execution of the game plan from a defensive standpoint. It's just one of those games. Every once in a while you have them. For us, we kind of just flushed it and moved on. We've kind of clicked the reset button on our season. We got 3 games left. Let's see what happens type of deal. Other than that first drive, there wasn't much that went right for us that night. So credit to them. They came in, and they dominated. We didn't execute.
Coach, it's been a tough stretch for the team, losing now 4 games in a row. The last time Churchill lost 4 games in a row was back in 2022, which was head coach D. Filippo's last season for the Chargers. They would end up losing 5 in a row that season. Now that you're head of the program, what do you tell your team to stay motivated and pull themselves out of this month-long funk?
I mean, you always try to find silver linings. You know, you remind the kids that this is not our profession. At the end of the day, they're still student athletes, and we're playing a game. I don't need to tell them. They know. They know it's, 4 games in a row, and in our opinion, 2 of those 4 games absolutely should have been wins, but they weren't. We didn't deserve victory, but I think it takes a steady hand. Fortunately, as a player and a coach, I've been on both sides, and I told the kids this on Monday. I've been at the top, I've been at the bottom as a coach and a player. So I know what it takes to get us out of this kind of stuff. It is what it always is for us. We go back to work. Like I mentioned before, we click the reset button. Know that you're working. Everything else that still comes with football, being a part of a team, and sacrifice and the hard work, and you try to get them to see the big picture when you're down like this. But that's kind of where we're at in the season, and we're still battling. The kids are still practicing hard. In my opinion, a positive of this group this year that they've always come back to work ready to go. We don't have problems for the most part at practice with kids not wanting to practice or skipping practice, and they've been pretty dialed in there. But we've had a disconnect with some of the execution of the game plan. So we're just gonna try to get to the bottom of it, and we've got 3 weeks left, and all you can do is go out there and do your best.
And from a personnel standpoint, Coach, I noticed that in the first half, that backup running back, Braylon Hall, took majority of the snaps, and on 1 carry in the first quarter, he fumbled, and we unfortunately lost possession. Was there a particular reason Hall took a lot of the first half snaps than Dre Ellis?
Yeah, right now, Braylon's our starter. We're trying to find ways of winning football games. There's nothing that Dre has done wrong. But Braylon, listen, there's not a lot of teams that can just run with 1 running back, and we're certainly not one of them. We are pretty much running back by committee. You want to go with 2. If you can get a third in there, 4 or 5 snaps a game, even better. But right now, Braylon's averaging more per carry. you go with that. When you're trying to gain yards and sustain and score points and win games, you go with, I don't want to call him the hot hand, but you go with who frankly has been gaining more yards. So Dre's still one of our guys that we expect to perform, and I know he will. We're just trying to scheme up each one of their strengths because each one of them are different types of running backs. So we're just kind of trying to call the game situationally based upon their strengths and what they provide.
I'm speaking with Chargers head coach Alan Feigl in case you've just joined us. Looking ahead to tonight's road game against the Patriots, what do they do very well that you and your team prepared for this week in practice?
As always, they're well coached. They're well coached. Their kids play hard. Again, neither team, I think, has a substantial advantage talent-wise. I do think they probably have the best overall football player in number 21, Owen Pittenger. Really good player, running back, put together, two-way kid, bigger kind of kid. But no, I mean, they're well coached. We kind of talk about this from time to time, and it's true that Franklin Churchill are pretty much the same type of program, just one's east and one's west. We coach all South Side kids, middle class, hardworking kids, and some years you're going to look like a good coach, and some years you're not. So, and that's part of a rivalry. This thing's gone back and forth for well over 15 years, and last year, we took them to overtime, and they pretty much won in a 2-point conversion. So very similar to the matchups we've had with Stevenson. It goes back and forth, and it's going to come down to who makes more plays. It's pretty darn simple.
I agree with your assessment, Coach. Last week, Franklin defeated Stevenson in overtime 28-27. A Churchill victory would create a 3-way tie for the city title. How satisfying would it be for this team to end a 4-game losing streak while keeping the Franklin Patriots away from claiming the Livonia city title?
Yeah, I mean, everything. It's been brought up. I'd be stupid not to talk about it with the kids. When you're essentially grasping at straws to find ways to win, you're going to try to come up with everything and anything. We keep the main goal, and I try to keep them one day at a time and be where your feet are and all those kind of cliches. But the bottom line is it's their homecoming. Okay, they can win the city championship for a second year in a row against us. We're not out of the playoffs. I mean, the bottom line is, as bad as it's been the last 4 weeks at times, if we win out, we'll get in the playoffs. So there's that small chance that could still happen. The bottom line is you don't beat Franklin, none of that happens. So, no, it's definitely been talked about, and the kids know, and they know it's going to take quite a bit. We're banged up yet again, another year of just unfortunate injuries. Again, for us with a smaller roster, we started the season with, I think, healthy, dressed varsity kids with, about 34, 35 kids. We're down to about 27 or 28. It presents challenges, but you got who you got, and roll our stuff out there and see what happens.
Just a quick bonus question, Coach, because you mentioned the injuries. What's the status of Ethan Mazegian? Is he coming back this year?
Ethan has a doctor's appointment Monday. He could be cleared, and to be honest with you, if you're a kid that comes back from an injury like a collarbone, I'm not so sure how effective he would be. So, we've had just some minimal talks. The bottom line is if he doesn't get cleared, it's a moot point. But if he does get cleared Monday, to be honest with you, he's probably a backup on varsity, and we might play him down on JV for a couple of weeks, almost as a AAA baseball type of rehab assignment. But, there's a chance for Ethan. Unfortunately for Adonis, our starting D-end, he's out for the season. Our outside linebacker, Ronnie Bice, he's out for the season. Again, unlucky. It's part of the game. Everyone deals with injuries, so we don't complain about it. It is what it is.
A couple more questions for me, Coach. Who is going to be standing at the 50-yard line for this week's coin toss?
You know as much as I do. I don't know. Again, part of my whole reset thing this week, resetting our season, where we also reset our captains. I didn't necessarily, quote-unquote, strip them of the captaincies, but bottom line is I need to see more out of our kids in terms of leadership role, and they know that, and we're fully capable of doing it. And again, we've had a really good week, a very silent week of practice. That's good for our kids, just to work. So I don't have an answer for you, and I probably won't know until game time.
Last thing for me, Coach, possibly a borderline personal question with football engulfing the entire summer and fall weekends and throughout the work week each and every week for all of us. But last weekend, the Lions had a bye week. Michigan had an away game at Washington that didn't start till 7:30, and Michigan State played the same night Churchill did last week. Did you make any fall-like plans with the family during the transition into fall, or was it just business as usual as you got an early start in preparing for Franklin?
Yeah, business as usual with my two boys playing Little League football. Look, the bottom line is, and this is right or wrong. It's been like this since I've been a little kid. Our family knows, I knew growing up, my family understands in the fall you make sacrifices. That's part of football. It's something that's been ingrained into me and will be ingrained into my boys. That's what football is about, the brotherhood and the sacrifice that's required. It's unlike any other sport. So, no, we didn't do anything special. The boys did play both their football games at Eastern Michigan University, so that's pretty cool. My oldest son has now 2 years in a row. He last year played at the Big House, and this year got to play at, I think it's Rainierson yes. Stadium, or it's Max Crosby Field now. Yeah. And a very nice facility, very nice. So that was pretty cool experience. I don't think kids at that age really understand how cool that is. Yeah. They just see it as another football field. So no plans. That's off-season stuff. That's Thanksgiving, Christmas time type of deals where you make those plans as a family.
Did your boys win at least?
Flag did not. They were down 20. They came back, though, lost by, I think, 6 or 7. And freshmen did win, I believe. Freshman, JV, and varsity. Like I said, I've said this before in our interviews, the Orioles are absolutely rolling. I love it, especially when they beat up on the Livonia schools and the Livonia teams. It's been a long time coming, and I can't wait to get those guys to Churchill because it's going to continue.
Coach, as always, we appreciate your time. We can't wait for a Chargers victory tonight over the Patriots.
Thanks, Eric.
That was Churchill Chargers head coach Alan Feigl, who is making final game day preparations to battle the school on Joy Road. Coming up next, we'll look at your last week look back and highlight the key plays that shaped Week 6. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
So, how are the kids?
Well, Emily made the honor roll.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, we're really proud of her. Tyler, on the other hand, though.
What's going on?
He's been moody lately, just feeling down and not like himself.
Oh, we've been there. Nick was struggling last spring. He was so anxious and stressed.
Really? What helped?
Well, he joined the soccer team. And ever since, he's been a lot happier. He has more energy, he's less stressed, and he's definitely in a better mood at home. It's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting out of the house, he's getting some exercise, and he's off his phone for once. It's been good for his mental health.
Sounds like it's been good for your mental health, too.
Participating in Michigan high school sports improves students' physical and mental health. Encourage your son or daughter to get involved. This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MHSAA, are the 292,000 high school sports students in Michigan. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Welcome back to the Churchill Chargers Radio Network. It's time now for your last week look back. Last week was the third consecutive home game for the Chargers as they welcomed in the Dearborn Fortson for a Week 6 clash. Churchill got off to a fantastic start, recording the game's first takeaway of the game. The 1st and 10. 2 receivers on each side of the offensive lineman. One slot on each side of the offensive line, 2 wide out. Number 9 takes the snap, looks left, throws over the middle, slant, tipped, and intercepted by Sage Adams. The freshman runs down to the left sideline, out of bounds, pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line of the Tractors. 1st and 10, Churchill following the takeaway. Following the takeaway, Churchill took their first possession of the game and cashed in for 6. Talib gets the snap. It's a low snap. He has to almost fall on it. Picks it up, though, and has time. Throws it in the end zone. It's completed. Number 13, Lucas Beckham, caught it for a touchdown. A low snap that Taleb had to try to corral. He was able to maintain poise, not fall on it. He backed up in the pocket, threw a floater to number 13, Lucas Beckham, and he hauled it in for a Chargers early first quarter touchdown, 6-0. Quickly after the Chargers touchdown, Dearborn-Fordson had a quick response of their own. Here we go, 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. The Tractors trying to notch this game at 7. Churchill trying to stop them. They come out in the pistol with a couple running backs behind the quarterback. It's a handoff to it's a keeper to number 9, and he rolls out left. He dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Fordson. Pretty much untouched running left. It was a read option, and he took what he could get, and he scored 6 rather. 7-6 Churchill with 4:08 left to go in the first quarter. Churchill would receive the football following the Dearborn-Fordson touchdown, and unfortunately fumbled the football following that possession. Taleb in the gun. One receiver split out each side. Takes the snap to number 7, Braylon Hall, who breaks a tackle. He fumbled the football. We're not sure who fell on it. It was a gain of about 2 on the play, but he lost the football, and the Fordson Tractors have recovered. Following the Churchill touchdown, one play on the next drive for Churchill. It's a fumble and a defensive recovery for the Fordson Tractors. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of Churchill. On a short field, Fordson would quickly take the lead. They come out with a couple of fullbacks and tight ends on the field. Only one receiver who is lined up to the right side near the hash mark. It's another handoff to number 34. He runs it left. He's untouched. Touchdown, Tractors. And with 3:39 left to go in the first quarter, the Tractors have quickly taken the lead, and this crowd is quiet. Moving over to the second quarter, Fordson was facing a 3rd and 16 after a few deep shots that they have attempted already. They wouldn't miss this one. Keep everything in front of you, rally, make a tackle, force a punt. Tractors line up with 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers left. They look left to pass, steps up, throws it deep down the middle. Number 7 beat the coverage. He caught it. 10-5, touchdown, Tractors. He ran a post route that was somehow wide open, and the Tractors convert a 3rd and 16 for a long touchdown pass play that'll go for 43 yards and extend this Tractor lead 20-7 with 10:51 left to go in the first half. After Fordson's 3rd touchdown, it didn't get any better for the Churchill Chargers as the offense, who was trying to throw the football, unfortunately threw an interception. Chargers come out with trips on the right side of the field. Lone receiver split out to the left. Taleb looks, throws over the middle, tipped and intercepted by number 21. Went off the hands of number 6, Dominic Stanley. And number 21 intercepted it as the ball went right into his breadbasket and fell down. Fordson ends the drive and takes over at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Dearborn-Fordson. Later in that drive, after Fordson had taken the ball away, the Churchill defense had placed Fordson into another 3rd and long, and despite the high probability of getting the football back one play later, their defense gave up another long pass play that went for 6. So this is once again 3rd and long. Can this defense keep everything in front of them, rally, make a tackle, force a punt? They have to be able to figure this out. They cannot allow streaks and posts deep down the field burn them. Let's see what they come up with. Churchill coming up with 3 defensive linemen down. It's a pass. They throw it deep down to the right side. It's caught and completed by number 20. He breaks a tackle down the sideline. It's another touchdown for the Fordson Tractors. That one was more tightly contested than the previous deep pass throws that we've seen, but he was a good step ahead of the coverage, broke the tackle, took it in for another Fordson touchdown, their 4th consecutive touchdown of the first half. Still in the first half, the Chargers went to punt, and Fordson sent pretty much everyone but the punt returner to go block the punt, and Dominic Stanley's punt wouldn't get off clean. This has been a sloppy first half, which I didn't think I'd say after how quickly Churchill got an interception and a touchdown to start the game. Stanley runs out. The punt's blocked. Dearborn-Fordson blocked the punt. They sent almost everybody. The punt rolls out of bounds at the Charger 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Fordson Tractors, who are trying to extend this 21-point lead. With the ball in goal-to-go distance following the blocked punt for Fordson, they would once again cash in what would be their 7th touchdown in the first half. Tractors break the huddle, takes the snap. Oh, it's a handoff to number 34, runs through some tacklers and rumbles into the end zone for another Fordson touchdown, which extends their lead 34-7 with 5:45 left to go in the first half. Just before we reached halftime, Churchill had the ball and was driving with a nice possession and would punch it into the end zone for the final score in the first half between the two teams. Chargers come out with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Stanley goes in motion, handoff to Hall up the middle, has some running room, breaks a tackle, touchdown Chargers! First and goal from the 7. He found running room, broke a tackle, and ran it into a Chargers touchdown. 35-13 Fordson. And Churchill finally retaliates with 4:23 left to go in the first half. Following halftime, Churchill would receive the football and in an attempt to regain momentum and what would need to be a strong second half performance to come back, Talib fumbled on a quarterback sneaking read option play. Talib in the gun, 1 receiver left, 3 receivers right. It's a read option. It looks like he's got some room out there, but he's tackled down, and the ball came out late as well. And the Fordson Tractors have recovered it. There's a 10-yard carry. Talib fumbled, and Fordson took it away again. And it'll be Fordson football at the Churchill 36-yard line. Following the takeaway by Fordson's defense, they went down the field and punched it in yet again. Tractors have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a rollout to the right where the trips are. He has to make a decision. Churchill rushes. He carries it with his own legs. He fights forward down to the Churchill 0, across the goal line, touchdown Fordson. Fast forward into the fourth quarter where Dearborn Fordson would add on another field goal as well as another short touchdown. The game would finally come to an end. Churchill came out firing with an early takeaway rather. Went down the field, scored an opening game touchdown. Dearborn Fordson would go on to score 52 of the last 59 points in the game. And they beat and battered Churchill down here at Larry Joyner Field, winning 52-14. And Fordson stays hot, winning 4 games in a row. And for your Chargers, they will fall for a 4th consecutive game and fall down to 2-4 on the season. Fordson increased their win streak over Churchill to 12 games and also improved their overall record between the two programs to go to 12-0 all time. Coming up tonight for the Chargers is an opportunity to take a game against the Livonia Franklin Patriots, who need to beat Churchill tonight to claim the Livonia City title. It's going to take getting back to the basics of what Churchill football is all about if they want to take down this scrappy opponent that they have tonight. This last week look back is brought to you by The Big Smile.
If your walls could talk, what would they say?
I have held the same mirror for 13 years.
I have been decorated with purple dinosaurs, baseball teams, and football helmets.
I have witnessed 33 Thanksgiving dinners and 1 wedding proposal.
I have tiny notches marking the growth of 3 children.
I have caused a learning disability.
I am the reason that a 5th grader simply can't sit still.
I am responsible for a 5-year-old's rage.
Just because you can't see lead paint doesn't mean it's not on walls, doors, windows, and sills. Today, lead paint poisoning affects over 1 million children. If your home was built before 1978, your family could be at risk. Let's make all kids lead-free kids. Log on to leadfreekids.org or call 800-424-LEAD.
I am the reason a child has trouble hearing.
If your walls could talk, what would they say?
Brought to you by the Coalition to End Childhood Lead Poisoning, EPA, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Do you overcook your pasta? Do you mix your lights with your darks and tell long, complicated jokes that have no punchline? Do you have trouble wrapping gifts, sound like a hyena when singing Happy Birthday, and have no idea how the metric system works? Well, if you answered yes to any of the above questions, you may have what it takes to adopt a teen from foster care, because teens don't need perfection, they need you. So if you can't tie a Windsor knot, forget to defrost the chicken, can't tell a latte from a cappuccino, confuse North and South Dakota, overuse commas, throw a frisbee like it's a flounder, and still believe kids really do love lima beans, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. For more information on how you can adopt, call 1-888-200-4005 or go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today?
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Hello, son. I'm Dean Rubin from college. Here to invite you to join us this fall.
Me?
You've always wanted to go to college, correct?
Yeah.
Well, here's that invitation you've been waiting for.
Joey, out of bed!
Wake up. You can't dream your way into college. There are actual steps you need to take. For all the steps, visit knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
Welcome on back to the Churchill Chargers radio network. The time is 6:47. We're about 13 minutes away from 7 o'clock for the opening kickoff. To kick off Week 7 between the Churchill Chargers and the Livonia Franklin Patriots. Franklin Marching Band is currently putting on a splendid show at midfield. We'll go ahead and just turn the mic over to them. said not till about 10 o'clock. Oh. About 70 degrees.
Fans, while you're enjoying tonight's homecoming game, please remember to visit our concession stands. Located near the entrance to the field, you will find Lee's Chicken, Benny's Pizza, some of the finest hot dogs in the area, all kinds of snacks and tasty beverages.
All right, folks, while we have some time, let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by H&R Maintenance Company. We've got some really good games on tap that we'll be following all night tonight around our division, including the Dearborn Fordson Tractors hosting the John Glenn Rockets. So that's 3-3 John Glenn at 4-2 Fordson. Out in Dearborn, another Dearborn home game as the Livonia Stevenson Spartans, who are 3-3, are going on the road to the Dearborn Pioneers, who are 2-4. Meanwhile, over in Belleville, we've got the winless Wayne Memorial Zebras at the undefeated Belleville Tigers. And for our out-of-town scoreboard watch for the evening, we picked the Pinckney Pirates, who are hosting the Adrian Maples. Adrian comes in at 3-3, and the Pinckney Pirates, just like your Chargers, need a win at 2-4. We are standing by for the national anthem, which we will carry, of course. While we have a moment, let's also get to your weather. Weather is brought to you by Mark Chevrolet. And as mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, we have cloudy skies. The temperature is 72 degrees, a beautiful breeze coming in through the press box. It's a gorgeous night for Week 7 football on a week that has featured pretty much mid-60s throughout the entire week. And let's
your Franklin Patriots.
While the fans get ready to warm up their home Patriots, we'll turn the mic over to the band, who will play us up almost to kickoff.
And now at this time, we ask that you rise and remove your caps and honor America as our marching Patriots play our national anthem.
The marching band performance, brought to you by the Franklin Patriot Marching Band, is also brought to you by Leo's Coney Island in Westland. Certainly a spirited night tonight, as it is the Patriots' homecoming game. Something that everyone looks forward to if you are the home team, and if you're the road team, you can expect it to be just a little bit louder for nights like this.
Ring out early and often tonight.
Looks like Franklin's going to kick off to Churchill, as Churchill spreads the field out in a kick return formation. Churchill will be moving from north to south rather, which would be from right to left on your pretend radio dial. Franklin in the first quarter will be moving from left to right on your pretend radio dial. So number 34, Filippo Mainella for the Patriots, set to kick off and start this game off. Returnman Dominic Stanley and Emmanuel Williams set to return. Welcome to Week 7 of the MHSAA regular season. Return back by Emmanuel Williams at the 7-yard line. Takes up to the middle. Has some running room. Takes it up to the left side, down the sideline. Past the 50. One man to beat. Tackles him down at the Franklin 41-yard line. A fantastic 50-yard return for the Chargers. Will set up this offense first and 10.
On the return for Churchill. Tackled by number 34.
Hoping for another fast start like we had last week.
First and 10, Churchill.
As last week, this offense punched it in for their first possession for the first time all season, looking to duplicate that tonight. Franklin has the red, white, and blue going on, as they always do. Red, white, and blue jersey, red helmet, white pant. Churchill has white jerseys, red numbering, black helmets, black pants. First and 10 for Ali Talib and company. Takes the snap, hand off to Braylon Hall running up the middle. Good running room, a gain of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up. The uniform update is brought to you by Motor City Chicken.
Brendan Batch, first one in on the tackle for the Patriots. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 38-yard line.
Churchill comes out with 2 tight ends, right? A fullback and a wide receiver split out to the left side. Talib takes the snap, hand off to Braylon Hall yet again. He bounces in the backfield, has to go south, but isn't able to do so. Gain tackle by the Patriots, a loss of about 1.5 on the play. 3rd and 9 coming up for Livonia Churchill.
They'll make it 3rd down and 9 for Churchill.
Let's see what Coach Feigl and Coach Rochon has in store for 3rd and 9 to start this early first quarter drive, first of the game. Chargers come out with 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Talib in the gun. Takes the snap. Franklin rushes 4, looks left, throws left. Caught and completed by number 6, Dominic Stanley. It's going to be close for a first down. No decision yet. Looks like he'll be just short. 4th and inches. Oh, my mistake. It's actually a first down. It was just enough.
For a first down for Churchill. 1st and 10 from the Franklin 31.
So Dominic Stanley had just enough under that catch to give the Chargers their first down of the game. Ball on the Franklin 31-yard line. They come out in a compressed multi-receiver formation. Looks like it's a handoff to Emmanuel Williams. We got a flag on the field running right. For now, Williams has about a 3-yard carry and out of bounds at the Charger sideline.
Emmanuel Williams on the carry.
Let's see what the flag was.
Penalty marker on the field.
The official call is a hold on Churchill, which will back it up 10
Penalty
yards
holding against Churchill.
to the 41-yard line of Franklin, where the original ball was spotted to start this drive. It'll be 1st and 20.
There's a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
Your first quarter sponsor is Shook Heating and Cooling.
Be first down and 19 for Churchill from the 39-yard line.
All right, so Talib and company. That's actually direct snap to Dominic Stanley. He runs out right in kind of a Wildcat-esque formation. Pickup of about
Dominic
4 on the
Stanley
play.
was the ball carrier for Churchill. Tackled by Aiden Kirby.
Tackled by Aiden Kirby for the Patriots. 2nd and 15 coming up for Churchill.
2nd down and 16 for Churchill.
So Talib back behind center, 5 yards deep in the shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Takes the snap. Franklin blitzes, gets this out hot to number 9, Emmanuel Williams. It looks like he bobbled the football and it fell it was completed. It appeared to have been an incomplete pass, but perhaps maybe he held on to it. The referees are now conferencing in the middle of the field. They officially call it a no catch, and it fell incomplete, which is what I thought I had seen.
3rd down and 16 for Churchill.
So now it's 3rd and 16 for the Chargers. They tried to hit Emmanuel Williams on a quick curl route. Would have been a gain of maybe 6 on the play. But he tried to catch it falling down, and he bobbled it, fell incomplete. Churchill comes out with 4 receivers, 2 on each side of the offensive line. Running back to the left of Ali Talib. Braylon Hall next to him. Franklin blitzes. Talib has to get this thing out hot. He's unable to, and he's sacked back in the backfield. Sacked at the Franklin 44-yard line. It's going to be a punt for Churchill, and they are unable to capitalize on a great kick return by Emmanuel Williams to set up the drive's first drive of the game. So the punt's away for Churchill. Nice booming punt for Dominic Stanley. Not going to be returned. The ball's going to bounce back to the Franklin 14-yard line, where it will be down by the Chargers, setting up 1st and 10 for quarterback Derek Hitu and company.
Down
Number 2, Derek Hitu, is the senior quarterback, standing at 5'11", 175. This Franklin Patriots tonight looking to claim the Livonia City title. Churchill just looking to stay alive in a playoff race. Week 7 at Claude Snary Stadium. So Franklin has a couple receivers. Right. Takes the snap. It's a rollout. Quick hit to number 7 towards the Franklin sideline. It's completed for a short gain of about 3 on the play. It's Derek Hitu to number 7, Mendel Broden.
Steps out of bounds. About the Patriots.
So about 2nd and 5 coming up. I shortchanged the quick pitch and catch to the sideline. Franklin breaks the huddle. In a compressed receiver, tight end combination, all in tight of the offensive line. Broden goes in motion. It's a quick handoff to him running left. Good tackle by the Chargers, number 44, Colin Fisher. Gain of about 2 on the play, bringing up 3rd and a long 2, it looks like.
3rd down.
A great contact tackle by Fisher. Didn't allow a lot of yardage once the tackle was made. So 3rd and 2 at the Franklin 20. P2's in the gun. Has a best friend running back to his right. It's a play action pass. Quick flip out to the slot receiver. Has running room up the middle, or up the sideline rather. Tackled by number 19 of the Chargers, but good enough for a Franklin first down. Caught by number 8, Owen Fail. Tackled by number 19, Sage Adams, the freshman cornerback, who had a first quarter interception to kick off Dearborn-Fordson week last week. But it was a gain of about 19. Franklin needed 2. And it's a fresh set of downs at the Franklin 39. Franklin has 2 receivers left. A wingback off to the right side. He too gets the snap. It's a handoff to his running back up the middle. Through some contact, a short gain of about 2 on the play. Tackled by number 45 for the Chargers, George Gunas, the senior linebacker. Brought him down.
Second down, about 5 for the Patriots.
All right, I must be shortchanging these carries. It's a gain of about 5, rather not 2. Perhaps the depth perception is difficult up here. He2 in the gun with 2 receivers left, couple tight ends and a wing back to the right. Takes the snap, another handoff to his running back. Tackled for a loss of about 2 on the play. Not a lot of running room on that one, and a host of Chargers met him behind the line of scrimmage. And it's now 3rd and 6 rather. The ball is on the middle of the width of the field at the Franklin 42. We're down at 5:45 and ticking in the first quarter. The sun has officially beat the opening kickoff as the sun set at 6:57 p.m. officially with a 7 o'clock kickoff. Fall is here. Franklin in the gun. Takes the snap. It's a rollout pass to the left side. It's caught. It's incomplete. The ball hit the turf. Would have been short of about a yard or 2, but it'll be 4th and 6 for the Patriots, and they will punt.
Incomplete, intended for Owen Fail. It'll be 4th down and 6.
So number 88 for the Patriots, Mr. Mark Kiss, will get this off. Number 6 for the Chargers, Dominic Stanley, standing back at his own 26-yard line, awaiting the punt. And the punt is underway. Right down the middle. Dominic Stanley calls for a fair catch at his own 26-yard line, and it is caught for the fair catch. 1st and 10, Churchill, following 2 defensive stops, 1 by each team. Don't forget, Chargers fans, we do have a YouTube page. Go to YouTube, type the @ symbol, @Livonia Churchill Football. You will find this broadcast uploaded as well as the entire seasons as each game takes place and is completed. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Ali Talib in the gun. Dominic Stanley goes in motion, goes back to his original slot position, handoff to the running back, Braylon Hall. Carry of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up for Churchill.
Braylon Hall, the carry for Churchill. Ian Snyder and Owen Pittenger in on the tackle for Franklin. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Churchill at about the 30-yard line.
Churchill breaks the huddle. Emmanuel Williams split out by himself on the left side. Bunch receiver set on the right. Takes the snap, handoff to Braylon Hall. Has some running room. Past the first down marker to the Churchill 39-yard line. A gain of about 8 on the play. Good for a 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
1st and 10, Churchill from their 39-yard line.
Great running room and great blocking by the offensive line. There was some space in the second level there, and Braylon Hall took advantage of it. Chargers come out in a compressed multi-receiver set near the offensive line. It's another Handoff to number 9, Emmanuel Williams running right. Pickup of about 2 on the play. Second and 8 coming up. Tackle was made near the Chargers sideline, which is the far side of the sideline for tonight's game. The Chargers have to go on the road for the first time in a month, as we've been very comfortable in the confines of Larry Joyner Field the last 3 weeks. Chargers come out in the field with a couple receivers on the left side, one receiver right. Dominic Stanley goes in motion. Another handoff to Braylon Hall up the middle. Nice running room up to the 45-yard line of Churchill. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Chargers. If you've just joined us, we are scoreless here at Franklin Claude Snary Stadium at Franklin High School. We have 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. In what has been a quick first quarter, as this clock I don't really think has stopped too many times. We've only had 2 punts. This is the game's 3rd possession in totality. Crowd gets loud on a 3rd and 5, hoping for a Patriots stop. Colin Fisher goes in motion. It's a handoff to Braylon Hall. Has tons of running room out to the 45-yard line of the Patriots. Flags flew as the snap was made.
There are penalty markers on the field.
Did Colin Fisher get an early jump in motion? No, it was a holding on Churchill. So the first down carry is negated, and it will be a 3rd and 14 for the Chargers. It is Churchill's 2nd penalty already in this game. 2 holdings so far for Churchill.
The ball is placed at about the Churchill 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
So 3rd down and 12. Ball on the Churchill 36-yard line. Trying to keep this drive alive with a 12-yard or farther pass play or any kind of way to get a first down and keep this drive moving. Talib in the gun. Takes the snap. Franklin rushes. He stumbles, runs out to the right side. He's going to try to pick it up with his feet. A gain of about 5 on the play. It's not going to be enough. Tackled at the Charger sideline at the Franklin 40 or Churchill 42-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 9. And the Chargers will punt for the 2nd time this quarter. Talib kind of stumbled. The rush was in his face. He ran out to the right, tried to make something happen, but not enough doing there, and Churchill's going to punt. Dominic Stanley back there at his own 25-yard line. Right as the snap took place, we have whistles, and it's a false start on Churchill. So the ball will move from the 41-yard line back to the 36. And that will only help the Franklin field position as Churchill goes backwards. Let's try this again. Dominic Stanley takes the ball, punts the ball, has a lot more height than distance. It bounces at the Franklin 44, and that's where it's downed by the Chargers. It was touched by number 26 of the Chargers, Landon Day. And Franklin has great field position at their own 44-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 Franklin.
And Churchill's defense will try to build momentum off their last appearance and try to force another Franklin punt. Just a reminder, fans, that this broadcast presented by the authority of the Livonia Churchill Chargers football program may not be reproduced, retransmitted. Any forms in the accounts of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Livonia Churchill Chargers. Derek Hetu in the gun, takes the snap. It's a play-action pass to number 7, wide open down the middle of the field. The 30, the 20, combo tackled at the Charger 12-yard line. Number 7, Mendel Broughton, was wide open in the slot after a play-action pass in the backfield. And he kind of just leaked out to the middle of the field. A big pitch and catch of about 40 yards. And Franklin's in the red zone just short of goal to go on the Churchill 12. Number 7 just got past the linebacker. No one carried the route, and he was wide open. Derek Hitu breaks the huddle. 3 receivers right. A couple wingbacks and running backs close to the offensive line on the left side. Takes the snap. It's a direct QB keeper. Not going to get a lot. A gain of maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up. Try to find a hole, but it was quickly swallowed up. Tackled by Delvin Weidman of the Chargers.
2nd down and 8 for Franklin.
So under the assumption that the clock will run after this next play, this will be the final play of the first quarter. Franklin sets up in a wingback kind of wishbone formation. It's a handoff to number 20. It's a touchdown for Franklin. Took it out right. It was a handoff in the backfield. It was a wishbone kind of set-like formation, and Franklin took advantage of it. Churchill didn't have much certainty on who had the ball, and he rumbled into the end zone for a Franklin opening touchdown, 6-0, with 2.6 left to go in the game, in the first quarter. Spot is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Franklin 7, Churchill 0 in a game that Churchill has to have if they want to be playoff eligible. Franklin is sniffing that city title. They can achieve that tonight with a win over Churchill. And they strike first on their second possession of the game. Franklin and Churchill get set for the kickoff/kick return. Stanley and Williams back there for the Chargers, ready for this one. The last kick return went really well for Churchill as they took it about 55 yards and set themselves up in Franklin territory, but couldn't convert on that drive. A booming kick, and it may not be returned, and it won't be. It'll be bouncing into the Franklin end zone for a Charger touchback at the 20.
It goes all the way to the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10.
So this next snap will be the final first quarter play. Chargers break the huddle in a compressed type formation. Dominic Stanley is back at the quarterback position. Takes the snap. It's a handoff running left to Braylon Hall. Tries to find something. Breaks one tackle, but then a host of Franklin Patriots bring him down at the Charger 19-yard line. Perhaps no gain on the play, and that's your first quarter. Franklin strikes first just as the first quarter comes to an end, and they lead 7-0. We'll take a quick break. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Welcome back to Claude Snary Stadium and Franklin High School. First play of the second quarter is a quick flip out to number 6, Dominic Stanley, a pickup of about 5 on the play. 3rd and 5 for the Chargers coming up, trying to retaliate after the Franklin opening touchdown a series ago. We have 2 scores that have updated their scoreboard to update you on. Out in Pinckney, hosting Adrian Maples. It's 7-3 Pinckney. And the other score I have is out in Dearborn. Stevenson on the road to Dearborn. It's Stevenson 7, Dearborn 13. First quarter. Talib in the gun on a 3rd and 5. Takes the snap. Steps up, looks out to the sideline. Almost intercepted. Would have been a big play for the defense. Talib just tossed it out, and it almost costed him. Thankfully, fell incomplete. 4th and 5, and Churchill will punt from their own 25-yard line. That could have been very costly for Churchill had that been completed by the defense. So Dominic Stanley standing at his own 10-yard line. The Patriot return man, I don't have a number, standing at his own 45. A great punt down the middle of the field. It's going to take a slight Charger bounce and a bigger Charger bounce on the second hop, moving the football all the way to the 26-yard line of the Patriots. That is a phenomenal punt when you consider the bounce after the kick. That's a flip of like 65 yards. That's fantastic.
Franklin Athletics would like to thank the Regner Family Legacy Foundation Fund. Brian and Kelly Regner established this fund as a way to give back to their community. Their charitable interests are varied, but
so the Franklin Patriots will take the field coming fresh off their touchdown to start the game. It's the only touchdown we have so far.
Before playing football for 4 years at Hope College.
Churchill cannot afford to get into a big hole in this game. They have to be able to stay competitive within the score. And possibly get into the end zone would be nice as well. He too in the pistol. Handoff to his running back. Running left, has lots of running room. Breaks a tackle out to the Franklin sideline. The 50 to the Churchill 40. Out of bounds at the Churchill 31-yard line. A big carry by number 21 of the Franklin Patriots, Owen Pettinger. A massive gain of about 50 yards. And after the booming punt by Dominic Stanley, it's all but erased, as there was no one in the second and third level off the left side of the Franklin Patriots there, and he took full advantage of it. And now it's at the Churchill 32-yard line. He too in the gun. It's a handoff again to the same running back who had the big pickup a play ago, a pickup of about 4 on the play to the Charger 31.
Franklin, tackled by Colin Fisher.
Be about 2nd and 7.
Gained about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Franklin.
Your second quarter sponsor is Destiny Games. He too in the pistol. Hand off to his running back up the middle. A quick slash up the middle and is brought down by number 13, Lucas Beckham. Pickup of about 4 on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up.
2 yards to go for Franklin from the Churchill 25.
Franklin subs out a big receiver for a big tight end. Probably going to try and pick this thing up on the ground. They break the huddle. They come out in a big, heavy Maryland I. It's a play-action pass. Tries to run out left. Gonna get hit. Gonna go down. The ball came out. I think they're going to call that a fumble and recovered by Franklin. A big sack, and he fumbled the football late. It was really a bang-bang play, whether or not he was down or not, but the refs are going to call that a fumble and recovered by Franklin. A loss of about 15 on the play, and it's 4th and 15 coming up. Ball on the Churchill 39. And after some consideration, they forced a Franklin punt. Interesting play call on 3rd and 2 to come out in a heavy run formation, only to play action pass it. They did have a running back out to the flat that was open. I'm not sure if he too saw him or not, but then the rush came, and then he was brought down quickly. Nevertheless, Churchill will take it. Churchill tries to sell out for the block. They're unable to do so. A high kick going near the 5-yard line. It's fair caught, and falling down is Emmanuel Williams. Or rather, Dominic Stanley at the Charger 4-yard line.
We'll start off with the ball, 1st and 10 from their 3-yard line. Franklin Athletics would like to thank Smile Orthodontics. Since 1961, the Big Smile Orthodontics has been treating children and adults with braces and Invisalign. Contact the Big Smile for your free consultation and to create the smile you have been dreaming of. That's Big Smile Orthodontics, 248-471-1555. I know you want to hear that number again, 248-471-1555.
So Taleb standing in his own end zone, about 2 yards into it, in the gun. It's a handoff to number 7, Braylon Hall, running left. A good pickup of about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 for Churchill, which will get them out of their own end zone as they push it up to the Churchill 9-yard line. We are down to 7:50 and left in the first half. Emmanuel Williams lines up on the lone receiver to the left side. Hand off to the running back and going nowhere. Tackled by a host of Patriots as there was no running room to be had on that one. So it'll be once again 3rd and 4.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for Churchill from their 9-yard line.
We should have an extended halftime as it is homecoming for the Patriots, so they'll have their whole halftime presentation for the crowd. And of course, we'll turn the microphone over to them because I'm sure they sound as good as Churchill does. Taleb in the gun. 3rd and 4. Deep in their own territory. A high snap. Had to handle that one with care. And it's blown up in the backfield as the play never got off because the ball was snapped very high. And to prevent any further damage, it was a loss of about 5. It'll be 4th and 9 for Churchill, and they'll punt deep in their own territory. So Dominic Stanley standing near the white in the back of the end zone. Franklin return man at the Charger 37. Franklin selling out. A quick booming punt out to the near the Charger sideline. It's going to go at the Charger 27, maybe 28.
Dominic Stanley's punt.
A punt of about 20 yards. And Franklin's knocking on Churchill's doorstep, trying to extend their 7-0 lead with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Just a reminder, Chargers listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, whether it's on YouTube or it's live tonight during tonight's festivities. Join us next week, home versus the Dearborn Pioneers. Broadcast starts at 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:15 on your home for Chargers football. Derek Hitu in the gun, standing alone in the backfield. Couple receivers left, couple receivers right. Running back goes in motion from right to left. It's a direct handoff, or keeper rather, for Hitu. Pickup of about 3 on the play, which was a jet sweep fake.
Tackled by Devin Lamar.
And tackled by Devin Lamar of the Chargers.
He's second down and 8 to go for the Patriots.
So the Patriots break the huddle. One receiver lone left, one receiver lone right. It's a handoff to the running back running right. Down the Charger sideline he goes, past the first down marker, up to the Churchill 16-yard line. A terrific pickup for the Patriots of about 12. It'll be first and 10 for the Patriots. So first and 10 at the Charger 19 for the Patriots. They are now in the red zone for the second time this game. Hitu in the gun. It's another handoff to his running back. Running left, off tackle. Tackled by a host of Chargers. A late flag comes in. Currently a gain of about 2 on the play. But let's see what the referees have to say. And it's a face mask against the Chargers.
Penalty is a face mask against Churchill.
It's probably going to be half the distance to the goal and first down. And that's what it will be. So it'll put the ball at the 11-yard line of the Chargers. It'll be a 1st and 2 for the Franklin Patriots. You see 1st and 2s all the time in football. Hitu in the pistol. Hand off to his running back up the middle. Tries to find some room. Not a lot doing. Gain of maybe 1. Is it enough for a first down? It's not. It's going to be second down and short of the first down. The ball's on the 10-yard line. You'd have to imagine, barring a mistake, this is 4-down territory for the Patriots, so they'll have 3 tries to pick up a yard. They come out in the Maryland I again. Another handoff to the running back. Hit near the backfield. Big tackle by the lineman, Colin Fisher. Loss of about 1. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Will now be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go for the Patriots.
So what was then a first and 2 has now become a little interesting now that it's 3rd and 2. We're down to 3:45 and ticking in the first half. They come out in the Maryland I again. Another handoff. This time he has running room. Lunges forward near the goal line. It's a touchdown for the Franklin Patriots. They extend their lead 13-0, running behind that powerful running game. Stumbled past the second level and reached over the goal line for a Patriot touchdown. Franklin for the point after try. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 3:37 left to go in the second quarter, Franklin has struck again, extending their lead 14-0. We'll take a quick break. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Welcome back to Claude Snary Stadium as Franklin has extended their lead 14-0 with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the first half. A kickoff returned by Emmanuel Williams, cutting out to the right side, has running room and has blockers, has one man in front of him, and a lone tackle made at the Franklin 37-yard line. First and 10 Churchill as they're trying to get back into this game and cut this deficit down to 7. They've got plenty of time to do it. Now is the time to put together a good drive and punch this thing into the end zone. This is Churchill's second field-flipping kick return. The first time Churchill couldn't create any points out of it. Let's see what happens the second time around. The ball on the 5 spot, which is nearest to the Franklin or our press box side of the field. Talib in the gun. Actually, it's Dominic Stanley in the gun. A flag comes down, and Dre Ellis picks up about 11 on the play, but I think 2 people were moving at the same time, if I saw it right, and I did. 2 players went in motion just before the snap.
Penalty markers on the field.
And it's going to be a 1st and 15 now after the 5-yard penalty.
Calls an illegal shift against Churchill. That's a 5-yard penalty.
So Churchill moves backwards off the fantastic kick return by Emmanuel Williams. One thing Churchill hasn't done yet is take a deep shot. You'd like to see something like that at some point. It's been very conservative, very dink and dunk. We have whistles as both teams lined up. We have a timeout for Churchill. It's their first of the half and the first of this game in total. Perfect opportunity to update you on the scoreboard in the second quarter in Dearborn. Dearborn and Stevenson is tied up at 14. And in the second quarter, Pinckney still has the lead, but Adrian has clawed back a little bit closer. Actually, the deficit is the same at 4. My mistake. It's 14-10 Pinckney. Pinckney and Adrian added a touchdown each since we last looked at their score. I have nothing out of Fordson as they are hosting John Glenn, and I have nothing with the winless Zebras and the undefeated Belleville Tigers. I can only imagine what that score is right now. Following the penalty and the timeout, Churchill 1st and 15. Talib in the gun, scans the field, looks, not going to find anyone open, going to get hit, going to go down, sacked back in the backfield by number 15. By Jaden Nabins for the sack for the Patriots. A big loss of about, what was that, 15? Looks like it's second down and 25.
Second down and about 22 for Churchill.
The ball is at the Franklin 49. This was a drive that started at the Franklin 36-yard line. It's now second down at the Franklin 48. This is what we've seen for most of the year. It's been frustrating. Just can't put together a good field position drive. Talib in the gun. It's a handoff to number 7, Braylon Hall, trying to catch the defense off guard. Not going to happen. A pickup of maybe 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 20 for the Chargers. The ball sits on the 45-yard line of the Patriots.
3rd down and 19 to go for Churchill.
We're down to 1:45 left in the first half. I'm not sure if Churchill's going to press this and try to push for the first down, or maybe they'll just opt to run the ball and force Franklin a timeout. Truly disappointing following a fantastic kick return that put the ball at the 36-yard line of the Patriots to start this drive. Churchill lines up in a compressed receiver set. A couple receivers on the left. Williams on the lone receiver to the right. It is a handoff to Dre Ellis up the middle. A modest pickup of about 6 or 7. He needed 20. And it's going to be 4th down and 13. And with the clock running, Franklin is not going to call timeout. So Franklin forces a stop. And if Franklin's not going to call timeout, Churchill will when the play clock runs down to 0. Or maybe he'll take the delay of game and try to help out his punter. We're down to 30 seconds in the first half. Little surprising Franklin didn't want to stop the clock with about a minute left and try it one more time, but we have a timeout finally with 19.7 seconds left. And it was called by Churchill, as predicted. So with 19.7, you could go for it. Assume maybe 6 seconds come off the clock if you don't get it. Franklin will have the ball with 13 seconds left. I mean, this isn't the NFL where kickers can just make 60-yarders. Maybe it's worth it in this scenario to go for it on 4th and 13. Let's see what Churchill elects to do. They're down 14-0, folks, if you just joined us. Here at Claire Snary Stadium in Franklin. Franklin is trying to clinch the city title. Churchill's trying to just go 3-4 and continue their playoff hopes for another week. Churchill's going to elect to punt and try to pin the Patriots in deep. Dominic Stanley standing at his own 45-yard line. Franklin looks like they're just going to play a conservative approach and just make sure they keep everything in front of them. A low-bouncing punt, but is handled by Dominic Stanley. He kicks it off, and it's beautifully fielded by the Chargers down to the 3-yard line. That ball was going into the end zone, but freshman Sage Adams stopped it. And it's going to be an official spot at the 3-yard line with 10.9 left to go. And with 1 timeout left for Churchill, I'm thinking Franklin's going to run the ball or just take a knee, and we'll go to halftime. Franklin runs onto the field. It looks like there's a bunch of tight ends and running backs out there. There's not a single receiver on the field. Under center, Derek Hetu takes a knee, and your halftime score here at Claude Snary Stadium, it's Franklin 14, Churchill 0. Stay with us. We'll have the marching band and the festivities in just a moment. We'll take a quick break. We'll also update you on the scoreboard. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Outdoor grilling is a great way for family and friends to enjoy the many tastes of summer. So when planning your next barbecue, remember to think safety first. Avoid wearing loose-fitting clothing when grilling at home or a campsite. Keep children at a safe distance. Have a fire extinguisher handy. And put out all fires before leaving the grilling area. For more tips on safe grilling, visit the Bureau of Fire Services website at michigan.gov/BFS.
With video games, I'm often choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
Hey Mom, how about this one?
Rated T for teen with violence and suggestive themes. Let me check the rating summary. Frenetic combat, cries of pain, female warlords expose cleavage.
Maybe the other one's better.
The rating summaries are free. Use them and you'll be armed with the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
For more information, go to esrb.org.
Did you grow up in an alcoholic or dysfunctional home? Were you abused or suffered childhood trauma at the hands of a parent or caregiver? Have you tried self-help or counseling without success? ACA can help. ACA is a 12-step recovery program for adults whose lives are affected as a result of being raised in an alcoholic or dysfunctional family. To find out how others like you have found healing from traumatic childhoods, go to adultchildren.org. That's adultchildren.org.
Flu season is here, and not only is an annual flu shot your best protection, but your health plan often covers the cost. United Healthcare urges you to check your benefits and to make an appointment, either by calling your physician or by visiting a local pharmacy or convenience care clinic. It's also a good time for you and your family to get caught up with any routine or recommended vaccinations. Learn more at cdc.gov/flu. A message from United Healthcare.
Welcome back to the Churchill Chargers radio network. We have reached halftime here at Franklin, and we are announcing the homecoming kings and queens of Franklin's 2024 homecoming, as it is homecoming here at Claude Snary Stadium. Churchill had theirs 2 weeks ago against Stevenson, where Stevenson had a late throw in the end zone, and they beat the Churchill Chargers 14-7. Let's take a look at how we got here to 14-7. Not a lot to announce as far as big plays, I suppose. Churchill had an opening kickoff that took it to the the Franklin 40-yard line, was unable to materialize the drive into any kind of points. They ended up punting. Following that, Franklin also punted. Churchill punted thereafter on their second drive. On Franklin's second series, they punched it in the first quarter just before it ended to make it 7-0 Franklin. Following that kickoff, Churchill once again, Churchill got the ball back, couldn't do much with the football, ended up punting it back to Franklin. After a couple of lead possessions later, Franklin punched it in with about 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Following Franklin's second touchdown, Churchill had a big kick return again to the Franklin 36-yard line, and that also didn't materialize into any points, as Churchill surrendered a terrific opportunity to put any kind of points on the board. And that's your 14-0 halftime score, which we'll associate in a sponsor with that update. The halftime scoreboard is brought to you by Oak Lanes.
Owen has been playing football since he was 5. He likes to play golf and is the youngest out of 3 brothers.
Let's look at some of the out-of-town scores while they're still announcing the homecoming kings and queens. Out in Fordson, where John Glenn is on the road playing Dearborn, it's still no score.
And has played almost every position.
Out in the other Dearborn school, Stevenson has taken the lead.
Home invasion by a squirrel.
Stevenson has taken the lead over the Dearborn Pioneers, 21-17.
And the last member of the court is Thomas Mubigas.
It's a big game for the Pioneers as they're also 2-4, trying to stay alive. Out in Belleville, I don't have a score for the Zebras and the Tigers. And lastly, out in Pinckney for our out-of-town scoreboard, our really out-of-town scoreboard for the evening. It's still 14-10 Pinckney Pirates as they are at home playing the Adrian Maples.
And at this time, please welcome back our 2023 homecoming queen, Alyssa Grice, to pass off the crown.
So as they're about to announce the homecoming king and queen, we'll just pass the microphone over to them as I am all caught up with my halftime updates.
It is now time to crown our 2024 homecoming king and queen. Our 2024 homecoming king is Harrison Duncan. Each member of the Queen's Court has been given a rose to unwrap. The member with the red rose is this year's homecoming queen. Ladies, please unwrap your roses. Congratulations to Destiny Mendoza. You are the 2024 homecoming queen. It is a pleasure to announce our 2024 homecoming king and queen, Harrison Duncan and Destiny Mendoza. Congratulations to our entire court and our homecoming king and queen. It is easy to see why Franklin is the most spirited school around. Go Patriots!
Oh yeah. Oh man. Who was giving it? What? Who was giving it? Oh nice. That was good.
Next up in our halftime entertainment will be our varsity cheer team, coached by Molly Clark. And next up will be our 2024 state champion varsity pom team, coached by Haley Petrovich, Taylor Petrovich, and Alyssa Gress. And now the Franklin Patriots, Marching Patriots, are proud to present their award-winning 2024 field show, Rhapsody, featuring music from George Gershwin and Queen. Drum majors Abigail Barretto and Ava Zivkovich. Is your band ready? Marching Patriots, the field is yours. What's that?
How many songs did you play?
This, they're doing Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's it?
Yeah, let's get even a song.
I know. I'm assuming they shortened it somehow. I don't know. Let's go.
Okay. So that's a long song?
Huh?
That's a long song.
Normally, yeah.
But I've never been a Queen guy. I don't know what it is. They've always been my least favorite classic rock band.
What, Queen?
Yeah.
They were awesome, man.
Never was a big fan. They were okay.
I still got their vinyl album.
I just remember, like, for like younger people, nobody knew what the hell Bohemian Rhapsody was till Wayne's World came out. And then, like, when a few years ago when they came out with the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, it got resurrected again.
Wayne's World is a good movie.
Yeah. Entertaining, that's for sure.
That movie also had Alice Cooper in it, at least the second one.
That's right, that's right.
I love this new ad. Lock my truck. Tells you when you got stuff in your back seat.
Joe's taking shots at you, bro.
Joe? What? I didn't tell you this. I'm walking downstairs.
My brother
to
does
the
a house.
bathroom. The fence snagged my shirt. He got rid of it. The second time I'm walking. I was like walking and I like felt like tugging. I'm like, this is grabbing me. I was like, oh, I'm like,
His daughter is down in that area.
Dude, the
They were
dry fit
saying
shirt
they're
is
just hunkering down.
oh yeah.
Apparently they're fine now, but it was a lot of like tree branches and shit in their yards, stuff like that.
Oh, they had tornadoes. They had a West tornado. Where was that? Fort Myers? Where was that?
Yes, I saw the message. I'm gonna say Austin Powers is not aged well. As a kid, I thought it was really funny. As an adult, I'm like,
Yeah, it's
this is really stupid. Which is kind of funny because a lot of adults like that movie, I thought.
Even there wasn't a whole lot going on there.
I think the 90s have been comedy movies. Now it's like,
Good, good, good. Finish the job here.
I feel like Marvel kind of stays without movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like, we're just gonna make action movies. I wasn't here. Jokes in it.
That's true.
Pretty good though. I was joking.
Yeah, they have some good ones. But when was the last time a great movie came out?
Dustin's not going to pay you your $6.
I have to look. I don't
I can't remember the last
I don't
time.
pay attention.
I can't remember the last time we saw a comedy.
Yeah, you got it.
You can't be funny because of how rich it is.
I was gonna see Joker too, but I'm like, you know what, that's just gonna be so the best rock is not gonna see it.
The Livonia Franklin Marching Patriots are led by Director of Bands Leanne Kupta and Assistant Director Chuck Samarjan. Color guard choreography and instruction by Kara Yanovitz. The Marching Patriots would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to our Franklin administration, parents,
All right, that was the
volunteers, and fans
Livonia
for
Franklin
supporting
Patriot
the
Marching
year
Band.
round. Thank you.
And that performance was brought to you by Rav Staffing. And we are down to 10 seconds left in halftime. Followed after that will be about a 3-minute warm-up period.
Since it is homecoming
And
night,
then
today's
Churchill
very special
will kick
homecoming
off to the
that
Franklin
25
Patriots,
years
who
ago,
are in the driver's
our
seat
own
in this
counselor,
one,
Mrs.
already
Jill
up
Hall,
14-0.
was actually the
They will get the
Franklin
football to
homecoming
start the
queen.
third quarter.
Congratulations to Mrs. Hall for her achievement 25 years ago. You can find her somewhere
The
in
stakes
North
are high
Area.
in this game as Churchill needs a win to stay playoff hopeful. Franklin needs a win to claim the 2024 Livonia City title. And to boot, it is homecoming night for the Patriots. So there's a sellout crowd. Lots of enthusiasm in the air for the Franklin Patriots. And if they win, city title aside, they will be 4-3 on the season, where they will need one more win to be playoff eligible in the eyes of the MHSAA. So first things first for Churchill, they have to get a stop on defense, and somehow, some way, this offense has to figure out how to move the football. They have been gifted multiple good starting field position opportunities. They have done nothing with them in the first half. And normally when you start a drive in near the offense or near the opponent's 35-yard line, you're hoping to punch the ball in. I mean, that's 7 points just waiting for you to take it. And twice Churchill failed to score any kind of points. And Franklin, as of right now, is pitching a shutout. So while they're jumping around here at Claude Snary Stadium, let's take a quick break. Coming up next will be the third quarter. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
Did you grow up in an alcoholic or dysfunctional home? Were you abused or suffered childhood trauma at the hands of a parent or caregiver? Have you tried self-help or counseling without success? ACA can help. ACA is a 12-step recovery program for adults whose lives are affected as a result of being raised in an alcoholic or dysfunctional family. To find out how others like you have found healing from traumatic childhoods, go to adultchildren.org. That's adultchildren.org.
Flu season is here, and not only is an annual flu shot your best protection, but your health plan often covers the cost. United Healthcare urges you to check your benefits and to make an appointment, either by calling your physician or by visiting a local pharmacy or convenience care clinic. It's also a good time for you and your family to get caught up with any routine or recommended vaccinations. Learn more at cdc.gov/flu. A message from United Healthcare.
Welcome on back to the Churchill Chargers Radio Network. The Chargers are lining up to kick it off deep to the Franklin Patriots to start the third quarter here at Franklin Stadium. Number 30, Nathan Sweetland getting the ball on the tee. Franklin has two return men in the backfield, or near the 5-yard line of the Patriots, rather, to get ready for the third quarter here. And the kick. A booming kick near the end zone. It's not going to be returned. It's going to be a Franklin touchback due to the distance that kick had. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Franklin Patriots.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's get to your third quarter sponsor now that it is the third quarter, and that is No Leak Home Improvement. Both teams break their respective huddles. Franklin lines up with two receivers left, a tight end and a wingback to the right of the offensive line. It's a handoff to the running back, off tackle, a short gain of maybe 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Franklin in the third quarter is moving from north to south, so from your imaginary radio dial, it's from right to left. While Churchill will be moving from south to north, which would be from left to right on your pretend imaginary radio dial. Second down and 6 officially for the Patriots. Ball at the 24-yard line of the Patriots. Couple receivers split out near the numbers. It's a play-action pass. A quick slant thrown to number 8 of the Patriots. It's completed for a first down, a pickup of about 10 on the play.
That'll be a Patriot.
Completed to Owen Fail, number 8 officially. It's a fresh set of downs for the Patriots. First and 10 for the Patriots, ball on their own 34-yard line. And we have whistles as both teams were setting up, and it's an early third quarter Franklin timeout. Their first of the half. Let's take this moment and update some of the scores. I currently still do not have a score between John Glenn and Dearborn Fordson. However, out in Dearborn Pioneer Country, it is 21-17 Stevenson at halftime. Stevenson comes into this game 3-3, trying to go to 4-3 following tonight. Dearborn Pioneers just trying to stay alive, just like your Chargers at 2-4. I still don't have a score out in Belleville, where they're hosting Wayne. But out in Pinckney, they've reached halftime, and Pinckney has extended their lead. It's 21-10 over the Adrian Maples. Pinckney is 2-4, trying to get to 3-4 after tonight's over. Following the timeout, it is 1st and 10 for the Patriots. It's going to be a handoff off right tackle, off the right side. Lots of running room to the 50, down to the Churchill 45-yard line. Lots of running room out there for the Franklin Patriots. It's going to be a 1st and 10 as they're marching on the door inside now Charger territory. And it was a well-blocked play for the Patriots. There was a hat for a hat throughout the entire play there, and he reached the third level where he was eventually brought down. If you've just joined us, we are in the third quarter. Franklin holds a 14-0 lead, and they are on their opening second half possession, really trying to put Churchill away. Derek Hitu in the gun. Receiver goes in motion across the field, though it's a handoff up the middle for the running back. A decent gain of about 4 on the play. Brought down by a bunch of Chargers. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Patriots.
2nd down and 7 for Franklin.
So Franklin breaks the huddle. Hitu comes out under center. It's a flip out in the backfield, going an end around to their running back running left, brought down by Colin Fisher. Pick up about 4 on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up. Ball on the Churchill 38-yard line. Hitu breaks the huddle. It's another end around to their running back running left. Breaks a tackle, has open field, pushed out of bounds at the Franklin sideline, but not before picking up a 1st down for the Patriots to the Churchill 33-yard line. We have a score update out of Fordson. We'll give that to you in just a moment. Actually, we'll give that to you now. Fordson leads John Glenn at halftime, 28-14. So Fordson trying to win their 5th in a row. They're up by 2 touchdowns. Hitu in the gun, rolls out right. It's going to be a pass. Looks deep down the field. He beat the coverage. It's caught for a Franklin Patriots touchdown. Connected to number 7, Mendel Broden, beat the coverage It's a pickup of about 34 yards, but we have a flag. It's a hold against the Patriots, and that negates the big pitch and catch that would have blown this game open for the Patriots.
The call is going to be holding against
So after the 34-yard touchdown, it's going to be a 10-yard loss, and they'll replay 1st and 20 now, and it will move back to the Charger 44-yard line.
After the penalty, it'll be 1st down and 20.
A critical holding penalty against Franklin will keep this a 2-possession game for the moment. But that's the second time number 7, Mendel Broden, beat the coverage. And Franklin's catching notice of this. Hopefully Churchill limits that from happening again. Franklin breaks the huddle. 1st and 19. 1st and 20. He2 in the gun. It's a handoff to the running back off tackle. Breaks a tackle, slips forward for a gain of about 8 on the play. 2nd down and 12 coming up.
The Patriots. Tackle made by Wadea Salmon. 2nd down. And about
Tackle was made by
Franklin.
Wadea Salmon, number 68, the senior defensive lineman at 6'1", 300 pounds. Not someone I would want to tackle me. Franklin breaks the huddle on a 2nd and 12 with 3 receivers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. In the gun. He2 takes a snap. It's a rollout left, throws left, dropped and incomplete.
He2's pass, incomplete.
It was dropped by number 8, Owen Fail, who had ran about a 4-yard kind of a hitch route towards the numbers. Would have been a gain of maybe about 5, assuming the tackle would have been made at the point of catch. But it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Patriots. And this defense can get off the field if they don't give up a 10-yard or so play on this snap. I don't think Franklin would press the drive on a 4th down and long. He2 in the gun. Takes the snap. Has time, but has to roll out left now. Now buys some time. Still rolling left. Fakes it. Takes off with his feet. Down to the Franklin 20-yard, or the Churchill 20-yard line. I think he got the 1st down, and he did. He scrambled left, picked up 13 yards. He needed 12, and a huge play by the senior quarterback gives his team a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive alive. The pressure came at him, and he rolled out left and bought some time. Outran the defensive lineman, kept his eyes downfield. The coverage stayed in their disciplinary responsibilities, and he took off and found open green grass for a 1st down. Franklin hands off to number 7, running right, has plenty of running room, tries to dart toward the goal line. He's going to be pushed out of bounds down to the Churchill sideline at the Charger 5-yard line. It'll be now 1st and goal after a 15-yard carry. It was a jet sweep running right, and he had plenty of running room for Franklin. So 1st and goal at the Charger 5-yard line. We're down to 6:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's currently 14-0 Franklin, with them knocking on the door for more. Handoff to their running back up the middle. He dances in the backfield, tries to find a lane, is unable to really find one. A pickup of about 2. 2nd and goal at the Charger 3.
Carry for Franklin, brought down by Devin Lamar.
He had the ability to try to find a lane. He bounced around a little bit, but nothing really matriculated, and he was brought down rather quickly, but he did pick up a few. Franklin breaks the huddle in a Maryland I formation. A quick handoff to the running back up the middle. He plows through the offensive lineman, and it looks like he's just short inches from the end zone. I'm surprised he didn't cross the goal line. He is just short. And Franklin is inches away from their third team touchdown in this game. They rush up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Maryland I again. Another handoff to their running back. Off tackle. It's a touchdown for Franklin. He pushed his way into the end zone. And the Patriots extend their lead 20-0 with 5:36 left to go in the third quarter. We have a flag that came very late on the field. It could have very well been a dead ball penalty that will impact the upcoming kickoff. The official speaks with Coach Feigl about his options. He could either enforce it on the PAT or the kickoff. It is unsportsmanlike officially, and they're going to enforce it on the kickoff and not the point after try.
The call is unsportsmanlike against Franklin. The touchdown counts. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So number 34 for Franklin, Filippo Mainella, has been 2 for 2 on PATs. He's going for his third. Spot is down. Kick was almost blocked, but it's up, and it is good. Your score with 5:36 left to go is Franklin 21, Churchill 0. Just a reminder of the implications of tonight's game. A Franklin victory gives them the city title. They move to 4-3 on the season. A Churchill victory keeps them alive in the playoff hunt and negates a Livonia City title champion. But right now it's Franklin in the clear driver's seat, 21-0. Franklin has eaten about 7 minutes of game clock on their opening second half possession. And they went down the field, threw a few penalties, threw a few miscues, still went down the field and punched it in. And it's up to Churchill now to try to take this game over, but right now, it's Franklin's game. So with the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty being enforced on this kick, which could be interesting because Churchill has had 2 really good kick returns already, Franklin will be kicking at their own 25-yard line, and we have Stanley and Williams standing back there for Churchill, standing at their own 20 as well. So with a few good return backs, let's see what happens on this kick. It's a beautiful night here at week 7. We've had beautiful weather the entire season. We've been very blessed with the conditions of Mother Nature this year. The kickoff, it's a squib kick. It'll be returned by one of the upman at the Churchill 40. Tries to get what he can, a gain of about 5 yards after the return back, and they'll set up shop at the Charger 45, first and 10.
Fielded by Aiden Cunningham.
So the 15-yard penalty is still felt, and Churchill is starting with decent field position. So far it hasn't mattered too much for this offense because even starting inside of Franklin territory, it still hasn't amounted to a whole lot of offensive success. But let's see what halftime has done for this offense. Dominic Stanley in the backfield playing quarterback. Takes the snap, handoff to Dre Ellis. The defensive line completely read that one. There was no way to gain positive yardage, and he lost 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Chargers.
Don Walker and Aiden Kirby in on the tackle for Franklin.
So they keep rotating Ali Talib and Dominic Stanley in the quarterback spot. And every time it seems like Dominic Stanley's in that quarterback spot, it's some sort of misdirection, handoff, or Wildcat-esque play. Talib back at the quarterback position. 2 receivers right. Dominic Stanley goes in motion. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Braylon Hall. Breaks a tackle at the first level, but is met quickly thereafter. I think he picked up the yards that Churchill lost on the first down play. It'll be 3rd and 10. And the ball goes back to the Charger 46-yard line.
10 to go for Churchill.
We're down to 4:25 in the 3rd quarter at Claude Snary Stadium in Franklin High School. Churchill breaks the huddle. This is a big 3rd down, and it comes already in the 3rd quarter, down 21-0. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Talib in the gun. Franklin rushes 4. He steps up, has to make a throw, throws down the sideline. It's tipped and incomplete. Great defense by the Franklin Patriots down the sideline, trying to target Dominic Stanley, who ran a corner route. It's 4th and 10, and Churchill will go 3 and out. Following the Franklin touchdown and unsportsmanlike, it doesn't that penalty doesn't affect Franklin that much. And Churchill once again will punt. So Dominic Stanley set to return or kick the ball, standing at his own 31-yard line. He runs up. It's almost nearly blocked, but he gets the ball off. And the ball's muffed and fumbled by the Franklin Patriots. I believe he did fall on it, though, and Franklin will retain possession, and he will. It'll be 1st and 10, Patriots at their own 21-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10, Franklin, from their own 22-yard line. Once again, it is homecoming week. If you are a Franklin alum, please stand up. Let's hear it for our Franklin alumni.
Don't forget, folks, we do have a YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type at Livonia Churchill Football. You will find all of the prior games on that channel. We are looking for ways to continue the success and content of that page. A handoff to the running back running right, breaks a tackle, gets past the first down marker, and a little bit more up to the Franklin 44-yard line. It's a pickup of almost 25. I think it's 24 officially. Pushed out of bounds at the Charger sideline. And the Patriots seem to be wearing down the Chargers defense, especially in the run game category, as they're ripping off some pretty big runs here late in the game. So the Patriots come out with 2 receivers left, a couple of running backs in the backfield. He2 in the gun. Takes the snap, handoff to one of the running backs running up the middle. Brought down by a host of Chargers, one of which is Sage Adams and Colin Fisher. Pickup of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 for the Patriots. They break the huddle. The first down marker sits at midfield. They need 4 yards to get there. They come out in the same formation as the last snap. This time it's a pass. He2 looks down the sideline. Caught and completed by number 7. He bobbled it, but ultimately gained possession down to the Charger 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 following the 15-yard pass. He was open. Coverage got to him pretty quickly, but he was able to secure the catch and got tackled shortly thereafter. 1st and 10 Patriots, and they're marching. We're down to 2:45 in the 3rd quarter. Franklin comes out with a couple running backs in the backfield again, a couple receivers. It's another handoff up the middle. Short yardage, if any, on that play. It might be a no gain. Brought down by number 11 for the Chargers, Bryce Brown. The senior linebacker brought him down.
Second down and about 11 to go for the Patriots.
We'll give you folks a score update when I can get one in just a moment. Franklin breaks the huddle. In the pistol is E2. It's a play-action pass. Looks, throws to a slant behind the receiver. Bobbled, caught. He beat the coverage. The 10, the 5. It's a touchdown for the Franklin Patriots. E2 threw the pass. Another slant was caught by number 7. Mendel Broaden. In the secondary, kind of misplayed the ball as it was bobbled, but then he caught it, ran full stride into the end zone. It's Franklin's 4th touchdown. It's 27-0 with 1:41 left to go in this one. Franklin for the point after try. Spot is down, kick is up, and the kick hits off the right upright and is no good. It's Franklin's first missed point after try of the night, and your score will remain 27-0.
Franklin 27, Churchill, no score.
Franklin really took it to Churchill on that last drive. You saw them run the ball with success. They threw the ball with success. And ultimately, they can almost do whatever they want. It almost seems like Churchill defensively can't key in on who's going to get the ball next and where the ball is going to be. And this one's starting to get ugly in Franklin. Out in Dearborn, Stevenson still leads 21-17, entering the third quarter. And out in Pinckney, they have started the third quarter. It is 21-10 still. Pinckney Pirates, who are trying to go 3-4 if they can hold on to their lead and beat the Adrian Maples. That scoreboard update is brought to you by Team Rehabilitation. A pooch kick by Franklin. It's not going to be fielded by the Chargers, and they ultimately lost the football, and Franklin has recovered it. The ball bounced between the up man and Dominic Stanley, and there was miscommunication as to who was going to take the ball, and after they figured out who was going to handle it, Dominic lost the football following a big hit, and Franklin takes possession of the football from the Charger 27-yard line. A big miscue for the special teams unit, and Franklin takes the ball back deep in Chargers territory. He2 in the gun, hands off to a running back, running left. Number 12 for the Patriots, Dalen Neal.
Dalen Neal with the carry.
Brought down by Colin Fisher.
Gain of about 5 yards.
We're down to 1:20 in the third quarter.
For the Patriots.
And Franklin is looking to claim their second consecutive city title championship. He two hands off to his running back running right. A good gain of about 7 on the play, bringing up a first down and 10 at the Charger 15-yard line. Gain of 7.
First down.
And we have a late flag. Or we have a timeout called. Oh, it's an injured Charger. I can't quite get the number as to who it is. It happened behind a bunch of players that were in a scrum. He's being looked at by the training staff. And he is quick on his feet. The slightly injured Charger was number 45, George Gunas, who's made a couple of tackles in this one. Gets off under his own power. Could have been a cramp or something, but he seems to be okay, as he didn't need any assistance getting off the field. So Franklin breaks the huddle. We are down to 40.3 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
One of them's in our room and one of them's remote. It's like in early November.
So Hitu in the pistol. It's a handoff to his running back running up the middle. Gain of about 3 on the play. Second down and 8 actually coming up.
Second down and about 8 for the Patriots.
And this will be your last play of the third quarter. We have played 3 here at Claude Snary Stadium. It's Franklin 27, Churchill 0. With Franklin knocking on the door. We'll take a quick break. This is your home for Churchill Chargers football.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Mr. Brightside's being played here at Franklin Stadium, and it's hard to be Mr. Brightside right now if you're a Chargers fan. They're down 27-0 in the fourth quarter. Handoff running right to the running back. Number 12 pushes to the goal line, brought down at the Charger 4-yard line by number 75, Isaac Groff.
Tackled by Isaac Groff. And that is a Patriot.
And it'll be a first down for the Patriots. First and goal to go at about the 4-yard line for Churchill.
Franklin at about the 4-yard line.
Where they are looking for their 5th team touchdown of the game. Your fourth quarter sponsor is brought to you by Hemlock Insurance Group. Hitu in the gun. Running back to his left. Takes a snap. Handoff to him. Fights forward. Crosses the goal line. It's a touchdown for the Franklin Patriots. Dalen Neal with a 4-yard carry, and that extends the Franklin lead to 34 here early in the fourth quarter. And the route is on for the Patriots in their homecoming game, as they are going to party tonight and enjoy their homecoming game tomorrow. Their homecoming dance, rather. The spot was down for the PAT, but we have early whistles as the ball went through the uprights, but we have a false start against the Patriots.
Against Franklin. It's a 5-yard
So we'll move the ball from the 2 to the 7. So the 24-yard point after try following the false start by the Patriots to extend their lead. The spot is down, the kick is up, and the kicker redeems himself after the last kick hit the upright, and it is good. With 11:11 left to go in the game, it's Patriots 34, Chargers 0. And for Churchill, it certainly appears that this losing streak is going to extend to 5. And with 2 games left to go, there most likely will not be a postseason for this team, which, if my fact-checking is correct, this will be the first time in the Feigl era the Chargers won't make the playoffs. I do believe that is correct because Churchill last year made the playoffs against Gibraltar Carlson. And yes, that is in fact correct. So this will be the first time in the Feigl era the Chargers won't see a Week 10. A squib kick and a muffed fielded return by Emmanuel Williams runs up to the Charger sideline to the Churchill 43.
Minellan's kickoff, fielded by Emmanuel Williams.
Where the offense will take the ball 1st and 10, trying to get the goose egg that hasn't left their scoreboard
for Churchill at their own 42,
since this game has started. We have an interesting scoreboard update to pass along to you. We'll do that after this snap. Ali Talib in the gun, 2 receivers left. Takes the snap. It's a play action pass. He's got to get rid of the ball. He's unable to do so. Sacked by multiple Patriots in the backfield. He had no chance as there was pressure coming right up the middle, and he is brought down for a loss of about 8 on the play. 2nd down and 18 coming up for the Patriots, or for the Chargers.
2nd down and about 18 for Churchill.
So the interesting score update comes out of Dearborn Pioneers. The Spartans at halftime are winning 21-17. Dearborn has come back and clawed their way ahead of the Spartans. They lead 31-21. Out in Pinckney, it's still 21-10 Pirates, trying to go to 3-4 on the season, which would make both teams 3-4 if that score stood. Talib in the gun. Handoff to, I believe, is Braylon Hall. Correction, Dre Ellis on the carry. Pickup of maybe 2. 3rd and 16, it looks like, for the Chargers.
3rd down.
And the ball is on the Charger 36-yard line. That scoreboard update's brought to you by Bill Brown Ford. Chargers have 2 receivers right, 1 receiver lone left. Dominic Stanley goes in motion, play action pass. Another quick pressure, and Talib goes down for the 2nd time this drive. Sacked this time
sacked in the backfield by
Tom Walker of the Patriots. This offensive line just does not hold up at all. And it's another Churchill 3-and-out, and they went backwards. This drive started at the Franklin 43. It's going to end, or the Charger 43. It's going to end at the Charger 26-yard line. And Churchill will punt yet again. Franklin's going to sell out for a block here. And Dominic Stanley just gets that off. That was close. A fair catch and caught at the Franklin 35-yard line. And we have a late flag.
With a fair catch.
Looks like the official's pointing at a Patriot.
There is a penalty marker on the field.
And he's addressing to the Patriot what he did was wrong. whatever it was that drew the flag. So add on, I assume, 15 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 25
Dead ball, personal
on the
foul against Franklin.
Dead ball personal foul against the Patriots. So it moves back to the Patriot 26-yard line. I'm sorry, not 1st and 25. It's just 1st and 10. They just moved it back 15 yards of where the ball was spotted. That makes more sense. 8:34 left to go in the game. If you're just joining us, Franklin has routed our Chargers, and they're currently winning 34-0. And what has been a abysmal night for the Chargers, really on both sides of the ball, but most notably the offense. A big carry off the right side, and we have heavy contact near the Franklin sideline. We had late flags, too. It could be helmet to helmet, which I believe is a penalty-eligible flag in high school football. It was certainly some heavy contact, and you could hear something toward the end of near the end of that one. We don't have an official call yet. It's a face mask against the Chargers.
There are 2 personal fouls called against Churchill.
So it was actually 2 personal fouls against the Chargers, and that's really going to walk this ball straight into Charger territory to the Charger 36-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Franklin.
From the Churchill 36-yard line.
We are down to 8:28 left to go in the game. And frustrations are starting to fly here in week 7. He2 in the gun, hands off to his running back. Minimal gain on the play, but positive yards to about the 34-yard line of the Chargers. 2nd down and 8 coming up for Franklin.
2nd down and about 8 to go for the Patriots.
And this game between these two programs are usually routinely pretty good. Even last year, it came down to a 2-point conversion, I believe it was, that propelled the Franklin Patriots over the Chargers last year. And if you go back in this history between the two programs in recent memory, both teams are 3-3 versus each other in the last 6 games. But Franklin tonight has upended the Chargers as we're looking to play out the last 8 minutes of football here. He2 in the gun, handoff to the running back, number 12, who's had a terrific game, Dalen Neal, who has at least 1 touchdown, falls forward for a pickup of about 4. 3rd and 4 coming up at the Charger 30. He2 in the gun, 2 receivers left. A tight end and wing back to the right of the offensive lineman. Claps takes the snap. It's a end around to number 9 running left. Has room past the 1st down marker out to the Charger 20. Tackled out of bounds. 1st and 10 Franklin as they are in and near the red zone.
1st down.
So Franklin taking their time in and out of the huddle. Getting the play call at a slow pace here at Claude Snary Stadium. In empty, the backup quarterback, number 17, takes the ball, fights what he's able to get. Number 17, Bryce Napier, gain of about 3, 4 maybe. Second down and 6 it looks like for the Patriots.
Number 17.
The out-of-town scoreboard features the Pinckney Pirates still ahead of the Adrian Maples. They've entered the fourth quarter. That score has not changed. Pinckney is currently winning 21-10. And they're looking to close that one out. Bryce Napier in the gun, handoff to his slot receiver, number 7, runs up to the right side near the sideline, past the numbers to the Chargers 6-yard line, and is tackled.
Tackled by Dalvon Weidman, and that is another Patriot.
And the ball carrier for the Patriots, number 3, is shaken up and hobbling off on his own power. Jaden Dotson may have been stepped on toward the tail end of that carry. We're down to 5:22 left to go in the game. Napier in the pistol. Running back right behind him. 2 receivers right. Takes the snap. Handoff to number 12. Shakes down to the Charger 4-yard line where he's brought down.
Dylan Neal was the Franklin ball carrier. Tackled by Isaac Groth.
Tackled by Isaac Groth, rather. He's second down and goal for the Patriots. So the offense breaks the huddle. Couple running backs in the backfield. They're in the gun. 2 receivers split out each side. We have a late flag that flew, possibly delay of game, and it was. So that'll move the ball back from the 4 to the 9-yard line of the Chargers. Second and goal will be played out from there.
5-yard penalty. Now second and goal from the 9-yard line for the Patriots.
Don't forget, Chargers fans, we are home against Dearborn. Broadcast starts at 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:15 on your home for Chargers football. It's a handoff up the middle. Number 12 pretty much picks up what the penalty had lost them. Down to the Charger 4-yard line. Third and goal for the Patriots at that spot.
Putting Franklin now at 3rd and goal.
We are down with 3:40 left to go in the game. Franklin breaks the huddle. 2 receivers line up left. Tight end and wing back on the right side in the gun. Napier in the gun. Hand off to his running back. Trying to fight what he can up the middle. Number 25. A huge scrum. And is eventually brought down and whistles ring out. No gain on the play. 4th and goal from the 4 for the Patriots.
4th down and goal for the Patriots.
And Franklin is looking to possibly put one more in the end zone. Can this defense muster up some pride and get a stop here? They break the huddle. Napier in the gun, running back to his right next to him. Slot receiver goes in motion. It's a jet sweep to him. Handoff, fights up the middle. Did he cross the goal line? I don't think he did. I think he was just short. He tried to stretch the ball, but I think he stepped out of bounds at the 1-yard line, and that's your change of possession. So Churchill denies Franklin from any more points, and it will still remain 34-0.
Just short of the goal line.
That goal line stop is brought to you by Phoenix Theaters. We're down to 2:15 left to go here in Franklin High School.
2-yard line for Churchill.
Ali Talib still in the game. Churchill trying to muster up anything to get the goose egg off the scoreboard. But they'll have to do it with about 98 yards to go. It's a handoff to Braylon Hall. Through good contact, is tackled down at the 5-yard line. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Hayden Drury and Brendan Batch on the tackle. And 2nd down and about 7 to go for Churchill.
We're down to 1:50 left to go in this, what is normally a very good rivalry, is not what we got tonight. Chargers come out with 3 receivers, 1 to the right, 2 on the left. Talib takes the snap, another handoff to Braylon Hall, or Dre Ellis rather. Not much running room there, pickup of maybe 1. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Chargers.
Churchill. Dougie Freder in on the tackle for the Patriots.
Yeah, just close it off. Yeah, I'll be up there in a second.
And so we have a timeout, I think.
Officials timeout on the field.
It's officials timeout. Must be important with 1:04 left to go and a 34-0 blowout. Perhaps it was a substitution. I'm not sure. Looks like Churchill called timeout following the officials timeout. That's their 2nd of the half, I believe. Well, for Franklin, they will claim the city title for a 2nd year in a row. They've earned it. Last week they defeated Stevenson by a single point in overtime. And tonight they came out ready to go behind a ruckus crowd on homecoming night. They took it to our Chargers. It's been a rough year for us, and we'll play out the last 2 games and make the most of them. Talib in the gun. It's a handoff to number 7, Braylon Hall. He's tackled just out of the shadow of his own goal line. It's 4th down and 11 at the 1-yard line.
Tackled by Tim Klum just outside of the end zone.
We'll go ahead and give you the final call, which is brought to you by Truck Central.
It'll be 4th down for Churchill.
And on homecoming night, Franklin came out, made a statement to the Chargers, winning 34-0. Lots of plays were made by both teams, but clearly one team was outmatched and outskilled, as Franklin found their offense in the latter part of the 2nd half, really all throughout. And Churchill with good field position, decent field position, or poor field position, failed to score any kind of points. And Churchill will take a delay of game. The clock will run out. Your final score is Franklin 34, Churchill 0. Churchill falls for their 5th game in a row to 2-5. And Livonia Franklin is your 2024 city title champions, who look to have bigger aspirations as the season unfolds. Before we close out the broadcast, we want to thank all of our sponsors in unison, which are Preferred Dental, The Big Smile, H&R Maintenance Company, Mark Chevrolet, Leo's Coney Island in Westland, Motor City Chicken, Shook Heating and Cooling, Destiny Games, Oak Lanes, Rav Staffing, No Leak Home Improvement, Team Rehabilitation, Hemlock Insurance Group, Bill Brown Ford, Phoenix Theaters, and Truck Central. Please join us next week as we host the Dearborn Pioneers, 6 o'clock start, 6:15 pregame coverage. My name is Eric Kassar, who has been your producer, director, and play-by-play broadcaster. Once again, Franklin 34, Churchill 0. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.